Wow.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في الحلقة الخاصة من برنامج نيوكاسل مع وليد. الحلقة الخاصة باليورو، افتتاح اليورو. معنا طبعا من نيوكاسل، مدينة نيوكاسل، مقدم برنامج حديث صاحب الرقم 9، ايس مان دوم. Welcome Dom to the show. Tonight we have number 9 talk broadcaster Dom. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Newcastle with Alwaleed.
Thanks for allowing me on, mate, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on. We try to go through things. We have too many stuff. Beginning, how you find the opening? Italy against Turkey.
I was fully invested in maybe a 0-0 draw, because the first game of the tournament is always a hard-fought one, because there's a lot of eyes on the opening games. To see Italy come out victors, it doesn't surprise me. It's Italy, a very good team, and there could be there or thereabouts, maybe quarterfinals, semi-finals, but we'll soon see by the end of it all.
How you see the winning of Italy 3-0? Is this the Italy we know? Do you think Italy is a strong team? Do they have a chance to win the Euro? This is their lineup. What do you see? What do you think of Italy this time?
If you look there, you got Chirui, Mobile, always knows where the goals are. Insigne as well, Berardi. But there's a lot of good players in that squad. You've got the slightly aging players of Bonucci and Chiellini, but you always need that those captains, those older heads to make the team, and that will always push you forward and to make you better players as well.
To score 3 goals, usually Italy great in defense, but to score 3 goals in the opening game, I think from the lineup, I can see the strong of Italy is from it's the goalkeeper Donnarumma, of course, one of the best goalkeeper in Europe, and the front line strikers from Italy. I think they are struggle in the mid and in the defense, and they have a great coach Mancini, which know of course he know all the Italian players. So do you see them go far in this? Do you think they are candidates to win Euro?
It's too early, really, to say who can be candidates and who can't. There's always that dark horse in there that sneaks in. Because they had a good draw. You look at Italy, you can always say they've always got good players. They've always got a good management team behind them. But yeah, I can see them getting to the semis, maybe. I don't think they're that strong at the moment, but we'll soon see. We'll see when we get to the end. I mean, it's the same as you look round. You've got Spain, you've got Holland, who have got a strong squad. You've got you look at the likes of Belgium. Belgium have always getting even further forward every time they come out and play. They've got some fabulous players who play. I mean, you only look as far as De Bruyne, and he's one of the best players on the planet in my eyes.
All right, what are we gonna do? We have 2 main topics in the Euros. We'll see the candidate, and we'll talk in details about England squad or lineup. So let's start with the groups. Now we have so it's in Arabic, but you can tell by the flag. So this is first group: Italy, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales. Do you see a champion in this group? Do you see a champion one of group A candidate for the trophy?
Yeah.
Do you see or not?
Yeah. Well, Italy, of course. Wales have got a good squad as well, so it's always a tough game to play Wales. Turkey, I can't see them doing much. I don't think Turkey have got very good players recently. Switzerland, even harder. But I'd say the top two out of that, I would say Italy, and I think Wales might sneak it out
Okay,
of that
for
group.
group 2, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia. You're speaking about Belgium.
Ooh. I think Belgium will win that group. Denmark, I've always thought Denmark had a team over the years. They're tough opponents. But Russia have played in the last World Cup. They did really well as well. So
yeah, but they were questioned to have some
that's a tough group.
special vitamin.
But it is a tough group. But yeah,
but
if Russia have
you
got
didn't
the
see
same,
the winner of the trophy will not be from them.
no.
Cool. Okay, see, Austria, Netherlands, Macedonia, Ukraine.
See now, I think Holland might reach the final.
But I
Looking
see,
at that.
yeah, but I see their lineup. It's not that great. I know it's in Arabic, sorry, but they have
Oh, yeah.
Debay, Figurist, and the striker, Wijnaldum, Martin Diron, Frenkie, yani Danny Blind, Fridge. Maybe they're good defensively, but I don't know. I don't see them. It's not like when they have Robin, Van Persie.
Oh,
These
yeah.
names, they are not so.
You're talking about
Schneider.
legends here, Alwaleed.
Yeah,
Don't have
but
those players anymore.
yeah, but when I see usually I was preparing for the show. I was study the players because it's like Holland. They are all new to me, and of course, and it's a chance for them. But I can't see them winning. So, do you see one of them? Sorry, where is it? Here. Do you see a winner in this group
I
for
don't
the
see
trophy?
Holland winning. I don't see Holland winning. I think they might sneak into the final because looking at the groups and the way to the quarters and the semis, I think they might have a good chance of reaching the final. But to win it, it's going to be tough.
All right.
Spin
So
Aussie,
let's see the other group. Okay. Croatia, Czech, England, Scotland. We'll come to England, especially after we finish. So, so we have the second silver winner for the cup. We have England, Scotland, Czech. So, what do you think?
Yeah, Czech Republic. They've got some players in there. They've got some good players, but they're all, in the 30s near enough now, aren't they? So, Scotland, I think, a very late addition through the playoff to get there. Could they win it? No, I don't think so. They've not got the right. I don't think they've got the right management team there, to answer you. But England and Czech Republic, maybe they might just sneak through the group. I think the Czech Republic have always got tough players, willing to throw everything on the line, willing to put in the tackle. They're willing to work hard, and that's why I think they might sneak in. But I can't see any others winning that group than England, because we do have a really strong group of players. We've got an okay management team with one of our coaches behind Mr. Southgate, but I can't see us reaching the final, though. Unfortunately, I will say that. I don't think that's strong.
We'll come to England in details. But you're right. Croatia, they are. I think they never change any name from the final against France. I think the same players. Okay, Poland, Slovakia, Spain, Sweden, and also when I check Spain squad, I said, "Where is the players?" They are all in you. I think this is one of the reasons why Barcelona collapsed. all players are new. So what do you think of this group, though?
Oh, looking at Spain, it's always progression, and I do like Spain because I always watch them during Euros and World Cups. The way they have their progression, I mean, any player that gets into the main squad, they've come up through under 13s, under 12s, under 16s, under 18s, and they all follow up each other. And I think that's why it makes them so good, because they have an understanding all the way through the squad. And I'll always pick Spain to win that group. Poland are always dark horses. I think Poland have got a good squad this year again. So maybe I think they might sneak into second place in that group. The other two, Sweden, they're not too bad, I suppose. But I'd say the top three: Spain, and then Poland, and then Sweden in third. But what I can say from there is, I think Spain can reach the final as well. That they have that they're invested in the squads, and people don't realise with Spain, even if they've got a team that's how can you put it, a disbanded team, picked from here, there, and everywhere. It's not because they've come up through the ranks in the Spain squad.
So the final group is the most stronger group. France. This is World War 3. What is this group?
Oh, it's a group of death, isn't it? It's France, Germany, Portugal.
Poor Hungary. Poor Hungary there. Hungary.
Portugal have always got a strong team. I mean, they've shown that over the last few years. Cristiano Ronaldo up front, got a lot of world class, well, not world class players, but very good players in their squad. Germany, I think, fell off a cliff for a while, didn't they? They weren't quite the force that they used to be. I mean, you used to fear playing Germany. But yeah, they've always got a good invested squad. The squad's always young though as well, which I like, and it's always moving up. France, you're looking at Mbappe. It's going to be a tough group. So anyone to reach the final, I would say, would be France out of that group. I can't see Germany reaching the final. Portugal, maybe the semis. And poor Hungary, yes, as you said. Bye-bye.
Let's check their lineup in last friendly match. France, they have Tottenham goalkeeper Lorlet, Bavard, Varane, Kimpembe, Lucas Hernandez, Kante, Pogba, Griezmann, Mbappe, Benzema. They all won the World Cup, and this is just the lineup. I think they have also a good team in the bench, and very, very hard to beat. I think France, Germany. Wow, Germany! It's super Bayern Munich. It's Bayern Munich without Lewandowski. So,
yeah.
Thomas Muller, Gnabry, Kai Havertz, Gundogan, Toni Kroos, Kimmich, Mats Hummels, Rudiger, Neuer. Wow! And let's see. Okay, this is Hungary. Poor Hungary. So, and this is Portugal, Cancelo, Pepe, Ruben Diaz, Nuno Mendes, Carvalho, Ruben Neves, Diego Gota, Bruno Miguel Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow. So, how many candidates to win the trophy from this group?
From that group, well, I'd say France and Portugal, just from that group. You can't see any more. As I said, Germany, I've never been a fan of Germany, obviously being English, but they've got a good team. I just don't see them in the final. they've got many players that are on the way out, and too much youth as well. And I think maybe, yeah.
Do you think Portugal can make it again?
Yeah, they are an excellent team, and they've got to be there or thereabouts, haven't they? Unfortunately.
All right. So this is the groups. So now we're gonna talk about England specifically in details. Are you happy with Southgate, Dom? What you can tell us about Southgate? What changed since the World Cup?
I think Southgate is a good manager, but is he an international manager? I'm not too sure. He just seems to pick players with a dartboard sometimes. I mean, you've got, what was it, five right backs. Okay, you can say, well, they're all full backs, which can play either side. But then you leave out, players like Ward-Prowse, who, is an excellent free kick taker and someone who can, maybe pick you up a goal. You've got Grealish there, who's always going to be fouled. And there's nothing more you can say. He's going to be there and driving forward. If you had someone on the field like Ward-Prowse, you can pick up goals. I think he's that good at taking free kicks. I mean, he's almost like Beckham. His free kicks are just a pinpoint. But like I said, with Grealish, you're always going to get that foul, near the box, because he will always drive forward. And I'm not a big fan of Grealish, but I can recognise he's a good player and he's an asset to any team. Looking at the back, we've lost Trent Alexander-Arnold due to the hamstring in the friendly, which was a bit unfortunate for the poor lads. He is a good player for Liverpool. He's been one of their top players for assists as well from way back, on the is it the right wing he comes from, and then you've got the midfield, which I can't say I'm overly impressed with them. You've got Mason Mount in there as well, who I think's a good player. I just don't see them all collaborating together to form a team to get us to the final.
Is there any player you think they miss a player they should make them into the squad?
There's many players really out there that you could think, well, that player could have been much more suited to the style of play, which is looking like what Southgate wants to play. Like I mentioned there, Ward-Prowse. Why not take him with you? Throw him on for half an hour at least. Because you've always got, like I said, with Grealish there to pick up the fouls. Mason Mount, and there's lots of players in there who can make a difference. But like I said, I can't see a team there, at all. And who else would have taken? I'm not an England manager.
I'm worried about midline. I'm happy with the defense, with the goalkeeper, not bad. I'm happy with the strikers, but I'm worried about the midline. I see Rice and I forget the name. What do you think of remember, we didn't have like Bull Scholes, Gerrard, Lambert, these heavy players in the midfield. We didn't have them. So most of the midline players, they are attacking, but in defensive. But the player with attacking and defensive skills, I don't think anyone have it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think with any team, even you call it international or club football, you've got to have a strong spine of the team. And what I say, you've got to have a strong. It's kind of like three lines. You've got to have your two wides, and then your strength through the middle. So if you've got a strong outside in the wings or the wing backs, you're always going to create goals. You're always going to get the crosses in. You're always going to get the balls coming in the box. As long as you've got a strong centre line, you're going to break up any play coming forward to you. So it keeps the. I mean, okay, you got a defence there, but it takes that strength, it takes that pressure off the defence and off the keeper as well. But I don't see, there isn't. There's no strength in that's totally in that centre, all the way down the middle.
Mhm. Okay, now we are gonna do some competition between you and Mourinho, Jose Mourinho. What do you
Okay.
what? Yeah, let's compare your lineup with Mourinho lineup. Mourinho just say in the talk show, this is his preferred lineup. Henderson as a goalkeeper, Chilwell, Mings, Stones, Walker in defense. In the mid line, Phillips, Rice, and in front of them, Mount. On the right, Foden, Grealish left, and Harry Kane as a striker. What do you see, and what do you change of that? So,
looking at that, I mean, Rice and Phillips. Phillips, I think, is a very good someone who can break up play and play it forward. Rice is always kind of, he'll break up play but then pass it sideways. So yeah, I would possibly change that centre. Not sure who to. Possibly maybe bring in Henderson. I know he's not had a lot of game time and maybe still feeling the effects of his injury, but there is no centre to that. Mason Mount, good for coming forward. He's dynamic. He can pick the ball up, spray it out. He's kind of like an energetic Shelby, really, Mason Mount. But you've got Grealish and Foden there. Foden on that side, I think he's played there a couple of times for Man City. He's done really well. Chilwell and Walker. I like Chilwell and I like Walker. I mean, okay, I think he's seen his days, Walker, but he's still a good player. Mings and Stones. I mean, you look at Stones, he was on his way out from City at one point. He kind of pulled it back, scored a couple of goals, put in a couple of good performances. So I suppose he deserves his place there. And Tyrone Mings, I can't get my head around at all. And Henderson, I think, should be a starter because Pickford has already shown that he drops too much. You know, he's a bit of a butterfingers, to be honest with you, and can't hold the line. He doesn't shout. He's not a leader of his back line. So Henderson, I think, is a starter for goal. And then what more from there can you say is Kane? You know, someone that's chasing down Alan Shearer's goal scoring record in the Premier League.
can you remind me who's Phillips? I kind of forget.
Plays for Leeds.
From Leeds.
Yeah, from Leeds. Yeah, he plays centre midfield for Leeds. But he's
Ah,
more of a player that breaks up play.
I see. So this is the games. Opening against Croatia, then Scotland, then Czech. So are we going to be first team? Are we winning them all? How you see these games? What do you think will happen?
Croatia, I think, might be a bit difficult. I could see a nervy start to that game after the last time I played them. But I could say possibly we might nick it 1 or 2-0. I think it will be tough, but I think it'll all be done in the second half. With Scotland, well, we should beat them woefully. So I'll say a nervy 3-0 against Scotland. And then the last game, Let's say another 2-0. I think we'll get through the group. But I think that first game is going to be nervy in the first 45 minutes, I reckon.
So, what you are afraid for England? What the thing is make you afraid, or you wish didn't happen from England side in this Euro?
Well, you look at the two friendlies. I mean, okay, friendlies mean nothing, but you can kind of get a feel to the way they're going to be playing and how they're going to be playing and who they're going to be playing in the games, and you can plainly see that they're nervous. They're all going into this very nervously, and looking at you've got your Gareth Southgate there, and I can't see him as a manager being someone who'll stand there and go, come on, let's go. You're all world-class players. Let's go for this. Let's win this tournament. I can see him being kind of a cautious manager who's going to stand there and say, well, go out there, do your best kind of thing. A bit like Steve Bruce, really.
Where do you think England will reach in this championship?
Semi-finals, I think. I think we'll blow it in the semi-finals against someone like Spain. Well, Portugal. I reckon we'll possibly go out against someone like Portugal in the semi-final.
So you think Portugal will win against England? You think?
Yeah. Yeah.
So which team
I'm not full of confidence with this England team at all.
Beside Portugal, which team you think you didn't want England to play against?
Well, can we not just not play anyone and win it? To honest with you, but that's the only way we're ever going to win it. But I wouldn't want to. I mean, you'd want to play the top of the group and win the top of the group, and then play the weaker ones to reach the semi-final, which any team would want to do that. But if it depends on how the whole setup works. Would it work better if we finish second in the group? I'm not too sure. It's something that we'd have to look across and to check. But what we need is just an easy way through to the semi-final where we don't have to invest ourselves too much into our big hitters. So we're not getting any injuries. We're not getting any tiredness into the likes of Kane, the likes of Sterling, the likes of Phil Foden, the likes of Ben Chilwell, and the defence. So it's something that I think Southgate should think about and look and think, well, if we can invest ourselves, not play the big hits from the start, and let us glide to the semi-final. If that happens, I think we could make the final. It's the way the management can work and how you jiggle your team as well.
I believe the semi-final and final will be in Wembley. So
that should be fun.
So this should be an advantage for England. So
it should be.
Which player you think or you believe it's gonna be his tournament? Who will be star of the tournament from England or other teams? Just name two players, one from England, one from other teams.
For England, well, it's only ever going to be Harry Kane because it's the Harry Kane show, isn't it? Always with England. Not many other players get a mention. I mean, you look at, I think Phil Foden might have a good, I hope have a good tournament. He's looking sharp. He's looking fresh. He's looking like he could be a world beater. But it's how you're coached and how you're pushed forward. From any other team, I mean, could you look further than Cristiano Ronaldo? It's big names. You've got who's the other fella from Man City who plays for Belgium?
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, yeah. He should have a good turn as well. And I like De Bruyne as much as I don't like playing against him. But he should have a good turn. He's always a joy to watch as well.
Very
You,
cool.
Tom?
So we wish all, before we move to other subject, we wish all the luck for England to bring it home. Hopefully, it's going to be nice summer. Of course, combined with the Newcastle takeover, which we'll go over it in a few minutes. Quickly, for some fans on Twitter ask us to talk about Cuba. So, are you a Cuba fan? Don?
Cuba.
Cuba.
Don't know.
I'm not. I mean, Cuba, America.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't know enough to honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at USA, you can look at Argentina, you can look at Cuba, you can look at Mexico as well. But Cuba, it's a team I've never really looked at.
Yeah, but I think America and Mexico will not play. This is the teams. It's two group. Yeah, it's two group. First group 5 teams: Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Venezuela. Second group: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay. The weird thing, guess how many team will be qualified ahead? What do you think?
Well, Brazil, of course.
Yeah, how many teams will be qualified from each group?
I've got no idea.
4.
4?
Yeah.
What's the point?
4. No. Yeah, I was just looking into this. They are going to be 4. They will. Yeah, 4.
So there's only 2 drop out.
So they will waste our time for many games, and the 4 will be qualified. So 4 from each. One poor team will be out. Yeah. So 4 from Group A, 4 from Group B. First we'll play with the 4, 2 with the 3, something like that. Yeah. So okay. Let's. Who you think will reach? But of course, it's better to be ahead. It's better to be in the top. Of course, this is the point. Because for example, let's say Argentina will become the 4th, and Brazil on the top of the other group. They will play against each other in the quarterfinal. So you should be in the top. So you will play easy teams or less stronger team in the quarterfinal. So let's say, who you think will be in the semi-final? 4 teams. Name 4 teams to be in semi-final.
Is the second one Colombia in the first group?
Yeah.
I've always liked Colombia, but that's probably because of Tino
Asprilla. Yeah, of course. And we take a chance to say hi to him, and of course he's not watching.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Brazil, Colombia. Is that Canada?
No, that's Biro.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay.
Biro from Novi Solano team.
Yeah. It's probably the way it is, to be honest with you. Other than, probably the way it is.
So Brazil, Colombia,
Brazil and
Colombia,
Argentina. Brazil, Argentina. I'd like to see Colombia reach there, and possibly Chile. I know Chile have got a good team.
It was, but now they get older. The good player like Sanchez, Vargas. Yeah, I forget that player. Great player, number 10. I forget his name. And Uruguay. What do you think of Uruguay? Uruguay, they have such a
Uruguay, yeah.
Good. Uruguay. So good luck for the 4th teams in each group to make it.
Good luck.
Good luck. All right. So this is okay. This is regarding Copa America. And do you find it weird? Okay. See, this is a number I find it interesting. Uruguay is the most team win the Copa by 15 times. Argentina 14 and Brazil only 9. Imagine that.
Really?
Yeah. So
I thought
they
they'd
just
a lot more.
yeah they just maybe care for World Cup.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Yeah. So
But
now let's.
I mean, you look at Brazil these days. I mean, are they the same force they were years ago? I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
When I've seen them play, they've been quite dour and not exciting at all, and that's not Brazil. And I mean, when I was younger, I used to watch Brazil on the telly. You know, it was always a chore to sit there and watch Brazil play, and it was always a joy to watch as well. But I don't really see that anymore.
So what do you think? Who's gonna win the Copa?
Oh. Well, the thing's about time Argentina won it again, wasn't it?
But it's
I
in
mean,
Brazil.
yeah,
They play in
no,
Brazil.
I don't think Brazil will win it.
But yeah, but last time some some says that the referees they were to side Brazil.
Yeah,
they give a red card
biased.
to Messi. So yeah, biased. They are biased, and most of the players not happy to be held there. And it was all right. So now the takeover. What do you think of the latest news?
Oh, no,
Dom.
please,
So
no, don't,
yeah,
no.
what, what is that?
The takeover, yeah. I mean, with the cat case going on, the Premier League was supposed to give their response by 5 o'clock today. I understand the arbitration in July. I think the way it is looking, and in my heart of hearts, I can say this could be done very swiftly out of court and possibly before the arbitration starts, because I think the Premier League got too much to hide in this, and there's too much delay.
Oh, maybe we lose Dom, but it's okay. This happened, but it just happened now. So Dom, if you can be back and come back again, if you can. Yeah.
Oh, are we there? Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah, it's okay.
Are we back?
So yeah, now yeah. See, even the internet doesn't are any bored from the takeover.
Yeah, it's probably got it from Tesco, mate. Honestly, it's the way I say it. It would be done without going through all this. Honestly, the Premier League have already tried to delay and to hold things up. We've heard different things from different sources. I mean, we talk about Ben Jacobs. Now, Ben Jacobs for England, but I think what he says sometimes is he speaks well, but I think he doesn't always speak from every side. I mean, he said on many countless podcasts he's been on that he speaks to, the Rubens, he speaks to Steve, he speaks to PIF, he speaks to Mike Ashley, he speaks to people at beIN Sports, he speaks to the Premier League, but all you ever hear is from the other side. He doesn't really speak very much from a PIF and the takeover side. It's always a narrative from him to say that well, the Premier League say this, and the piracy that, and the arbitration, he thinks it won't go through because of different factors, and he never speaks highly, or he never even speaks of anything from the PIF side, and that's unfair when he sits there and says that that he speaks to everyone. He tries to give a balanced view, but he never does. And
But
for me on speaking on the takeover, I think this could be done very quickly.
you mentioned Ben Jacob, talking about Ben Jacob. But didn't you think it's weird that he's talking to everyone, but he only gets information only from BN? That's mean he's not. That's mean only, and he trusted by BN only. So that doesn't important what he brings.
Yeah, but like I've just said, he's actually said on, I think it was Steve Wraith's show, he said that he speaks to people inside PIF, but he never gives their side of things. He never gives like an insight of what maybe they've said to him. It's always from BN or the Premier League or Qatar, or the list goes on, and it becomes one-sided, and I don't think he sees that himself.
Regarding we hear tonight, the last thing we hear, and from Keith Patterson, that the Premier League trying to make this anti-competition law breaking is private. This is possible, Dom. I am not familiar with the UK court, but as English citizen, what you can tell us about and tell us, the Saudi fan, about the English court regarding these kind of cases?
Well, the Premier League can request to have it all done in quiet, behind closed doors, so there's nothing said in the public. They can request, but it's up to a judge, and hopefully an unbiased judge can say, well, no, because you're having your arbitration behind closed doors. This is something that's not really to do with acquiring a takeover. It's to do with the fact that the Premier League held it up. It's the fact that the Premier League gave no answer. It's the fact that the money lost by Mike Ashley as well during the whole process, and that's what he's fighting for on that side of things. The CAT case could get you a takeover, because if they're proven guilty of competition rights, then of course they've got to then maybe reverse the decisions. But it's the arbitration that's the one that is going to be the main case that's going to get the takeover, and I can't see them losing that either. I think Newcastle got a winner on both sides.
What make me very angry, or all Saudi fans agree, that everything possible being provided regarding everything, regarding the separation, regarding the piracy, all on other matters. But regarding transparency, we expect, or we have right to have it. We see Chianora from the parliament member, and Ian's, and a lot of parliament members and they are saying about transparency. We're not getting any transparency from Premier League. We only hear no comment, and we only see Mr. Master saying that I can't talk about it. So and they are trying to make everything in dark. They like to be in dark. It's like mafia. They are just want to everything in dark. So what they are hiding, what they are really hiding, and what do you expect? What is that? Why they think themselves that they have the right to make everything for them in dark? They don't want to know anyone to know anything about them, and on the other hand, they expose everything regarding any rumors, any topics like separation or piracy or other things.
I think with the Premier League, it's more than just holding back on the takeover. I think that there's a lot more skeletons in that cupboard that they don't want coming out due to our takeover, because they would have to put forward everything. I mean, talking to Keith Patterson, like you mentioned there, he can go on and say, I want this word to be made public. I want these letters with this word. I want that, but they're going to have to give up everything with them words in it. And I think that's what's going to scare them into relinquishing their stance on the whole takeover, because you're just going to find out more things that the Premier League have been privy to. On the whole, I mean, you look at the ESL. I don't believe that they didn't know this ESL was going to happen. I think that they knew exactly what was happening. I look at the Parry from the EFL. I look at Hoffman, which was very lightly placed during our takeover, and then Masters as well. And I think they knew exactly what was going on with the CSL, and the hopes that this would be a new competition to bring more money into football. But unfortunately, when you look at it, it would cheapen that brand. Okay, you could have had Masters and Hoffman go to the SL and be on their board, but unfortunately, it's not been well received by fans at all. I mean, you've seen the riots outside Liverpool and Manchester. Fans weren't happy, and I would have hoped, and I put my hand in my heart, I hope that even if our takeover had gone through last year, I would hope that Newcastle United wouldn't have been part of that, because it would have been against. Just against the pyramid that they were invested in, and that's why the Saudi PIF wanted to buy into Newcastle, because it's in the Premier League, because of the money it brings as well, and for them to invest, and that's what it is to invest in a Premier League football team. It's the same as any owner. You expect some money back. It's not just spend. No one's going to do that. And that's what it is. And I think a lot of the Premier League now are going to be panicking, because, I think like I've just said, in my heart of hearts, that, the likes of Parry, Hoffman, Masters knew all about the CSL, and it would have destroyed football.
What do you think next week will brings? Now it's weekend. We expect something tonight, but we're just looking for maybe some delay. But what do you think to see next week or Monday?
Yeah, I mean, you can look on the CAT website to find out any information. I would hoped that maybe the Premier League had made the move already towards the CAT, but they could have left it till 5 o'clock, literally on the dot, to put in everything that they wanted to do. You would then have to wait until Monday to find out what was going on. From there, all I can say is, on the takeover, everyone sit tight. Don't get too over exaggerated on it. What will happen, and it will come, and I'm still 100% certain it will.
But just to reassure, they can't be private. It should be public. That's a rule, right?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Should be public.
So they can't.
The Premier League can request. There's nothing to stop them requesting for it to be private. But whether the judge allows that or not would be foolhardy, I think, because they already given them their extra time to hand in all their paperwork. I think they asked for a month, 30 days. I think we only got 22. I think we got in the end 22 days.
All right. So we'll come to the end of the show. What you can, or your message to Saudi fans.
Saudi Arabia, we're a wonderful club. If anyone ever fancies getting down to Newcastle once all this is over, we will all welcome you here with open arms. We love Saudi people. We would like to see you all filling out our grounds and singing our songs in the ground as well. So please keep a heart, keep a prayer, inshallah, and this takeover will go through.
إن شاء الله. thank you Dom for joining us. كان معنا هذه الليلة مقدم برنامج حديث وصاحب حديث رقم 9 دوم من نيوكاسل. شكرا لك دوم. غدا إن شاء الله سوف نستضيف حلقة أيضا يعني باللغة العربية للحديث عن اليورو طبعا وآخر مستجدات نيوكاسل مع ضيفنا يعني ضيفنا المعتاد صاحبنا عبد الباسط. أيضا ضيفنا الجديد أيضا من تونس السيد وجدي. إن شاء الله حلقة بتكون جميلة. Thank you Dom. It's a really nice evening and we wish you you and Mrs. Lee a happy weekend.
You too, mate, and thanks for having me on again.
Thank you. See you. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night.